All right.
Welcome back to another episode of
The Hafu It.
We are your hosts. I'm Kyoko.
I'm Sakura.
And this week we're talking about Sanrio. Let's get into it. All right, so I know that Sakura is usually the one to give us a bit of a historical context here, but I'm going to take over this week. Sanrio was originally a company founded in 1960 called the Yamanashi Silk Company. And it wasn't actually until 1973 that the company was officially established under the name Sanrio.
I love that.
That's like that's the historical overview.
That's the rundown.
A lot of obviously their most popular character is Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty-san.
Hello Kitty.
Whose real name is actually White Kitty.
We love that.
Super fun.
Super fun. If you couldn't tell, she is a white kitty.
She is a white kitty. She is the most popular character, even going so far as to be named, I think, at some point by Beijing as the Japanese ambassador for Beijing.
She's getting into politics. She's getting into...
I think in Shanghai, there's a Hello Kitty hospital.
Can you imagine?
Yes, I can. Yeah, people are wild.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like, out of all the Sanrio characters, her face is on, like, the most.
Yeah, it's on everything.
On everything.
Yeah.
I happened upon Hello Kitty toilet paper where her head was, like, imprinted into the toilet paper. It was, like, $40 for like 6 rolls, and I was this close to buying it.
We've talked a little bit about like Hello Kitty before on this podcast too, right? Where we were talking about the toaster that Sakura always wanted growing up,
which we will have in Japan.
Oh my
I will hunt it down, mama.
It won't be hard to get. Like, there are literal entire Sanrio stores.
100%. Which I feel like there's probably a Sanrio store somewhere in the Lower Mainland.
I mean, it's probably under a different name.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100% there are a bunch of stores.
Yeah.
That have a lot of Sanrio merchandise. Sanrio obviously has many different types of merch. There's like stationery, school supplies, plushies, accessories that are sold like everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Their style focuses on the kawaii aspect of the Japanese culture.
Because of course.
And if you want to hear more about the kawaii aspect of Japanese culture, we talked a little bit about that in our Harajuku episode.
We did. We touched on it.
Did you know that Sanrio has the license to produce Peanuts merchandise? With like Charlie Brown.
Interesting.
I think that I didn't know that, but that kind of makes sense.
Japan has some weird like trademark things.
Yeah.
Because like Moomin is really big in Japan. And Moomin is Scandinavian, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, we Moomin the house down.
Oh my god, there's a Moomin Cafe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there are a couple Moomin cafes.
Yeah.
But we came across one in Tokyo where you literally are sitting next to a Moomin.
I love that.
They were using them as like space holders for COVID.
Yeah. Little Mai is literally me.
Yeah. Oh my god.
My Scandinavian form is Little Mai.
Oh my god.
The Pink Panther is like really big in Japan. Like, really weird random things that you wouldn't expect to find at like a Japanese store from like European or North American culture. Yeah, very interesting.
In Japan, there are Sanrio Cafes.
I was just about to say, is there a Hello Kitty cafe?
You know that there's at least one Hello Kitty cafe. There's so many like themed character cafes.
I love
Japan.
that so much.
We didn't get to go to a lot of them. I already kind of mentioned that we got to pass by the Moomin Cafe.
Yeah. And you went to the Kawaii Monster?
We went to the Kawaii Monster Cafe, which unfortunately, under the pressure of COVID-19, is now closed down.
Yeah.
Super sad. But yeah, there's one, for sure that there's a Hello Kitty cafe.
There has to be.
In Tokyo.
And everything would have like Hello Kitty's face on it.
I'm sure too that there's
the
like specifically a Keropi cafe, like if you really looked for it.
Oh my god.
There are like cafes for almost everything.
Probably.
There's like a yaoi
I love
cafe in Tokyo in a specific area.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I would want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always read about the Sailor Moon one. And that one is apparently like near impossible to get into.
Can you
without,
imagine?
like, waiting a long time.
You have to book like months in advance.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like the Roboto Cafe, but yeah, I would love to see like what their concoctions are for the different Sanrio characters specifically.
Totally.
Can you imagine like a Keropi omurice? Like, you know how in like maid cafes they do like the rice and then there's the omelet and then they like in ketchup will like do a cute little image.
Sometimes it's like a burn mark too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, you know how sponge cakes
into like
will
a
have
bun?
we'll have like the kind of like burn emblem into it, and it's like Hello Kitty's face, because that's like what it is for the Hello Kitty toaster. It actually like puts Hello Kitty's face like onto your piece of toast. So toast it.
Yeah.
Plus you get Hello Kitty's face.
You know who is fucking absolutely everywhere in Japan is Miffy. Do you remember Miffy?
Is Miffy Sanrio?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. It almost seems like they should have the rights to it, because Miffy's like a little rabbit character.
Okay.
And I remember I used to I used to watch the show on some kind of television.
Right.
It was like short little episodes, I think, and Miffy is, I think, a Japanese character. I don't think Miffy is Sanrio. But anyway, just an example of like popular characters being used in like cafes and bakeries and such. There was a cafe or a bakery in Arashiyama where the bamboo forest is, and the entire cafe is dedicated to Miffy.
Hell yeah.
And it was so cute. These little like cream puff pastries and stuff that have Miffy's like, they're the shape of Miffy with like the little ears and such. Yeah, I don't think anyone who knows if Miffy is actually Sanrio, we should have looked this up before.
I mean,
let us know. It almost seems like they should be. They kind of look very similar to
the Sanrio style.
The My Melody character, actually, that we were talking about. Just without like the hat.
Right.
Very similar.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did you go into the cafe?
No.
You just saw it. You saw her.
Yeah, we saw. Yeah. We considered it, but then I was like, I think it was like the second last day before we were leaving Japan.
Yeah.
So we were obviously already having to sit on top of our suitcases to get stuff done, and then like which didn't want to like have to eat it. I'm not like a big sweets person to begin with.
Right.
I didn't want to eat. I know. I know that you'll be all up in it.
I'm gonna be all up in it.
But yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to like get a stomach ache on like our second last day in Japan.
Oh my god!
Because I think the following day it was like our travel day to get back to Tokyo last minute. But now I have regrets. I have regrets about not going into that cafe.
Yeah. We'll have to go.
I mean, we're gonna have to do all of it.
We're gonna have to do all of it. We're gonna have a lot to do.
We're just gonna become Japanese influencers in Japan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just read that Simon and Martina are divorced now. They're separated.
They're separating.
We talked about them, I think, on the last episode of this podcast.
Oh my god.
One of the last episodes, the ramen episode? Ramen episode, that's right. Oh, also, I did put this on our social media story, but the name of that ramen place is Honke, Honke Daiichi Asahi. Honke Daiichi Asahi.
Okay.
And there's a location in Tokyo, but we went to the one in Kyoto.
I love that.
So there we go.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to go.
We will have to go.
I wonder if there's like a Sanrio like ramen experience.
Oh God.
Like a Sanrio ramen house.
Ooh, where like the full sheet seaweed has like an imprint of like like a Hello Kitty or something.
The little like fish cake.
Yeah.
Instead of the pink swirl,
the Naruto,
it's like a Hello Kitty.
My God.
I'm just saying.
I can picture it though. One of the ramen places that we went to had like a seaweed sheet that had like a little bear like burnt into it.
I love that.
Super cute.
Super cute.
Anyway, I love how all of our episodes end up like intertwining with each other.
Yeah.
'Tis the goal.
That's why you gotta follow
it's
the
like
series.
American Horror Story, you know? We're in the end, all the seasons tie in together.
Ah!
All the characters cross over.
I love that.
Yeah, Sanrio also has the rights to the Mr. Men and Little Miss characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Little Miss Happy.
Yep.
Mr. Angry.
The shapes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like the little like yeah.
Yeah.
The small little children's books.
I used to love
those.
I used to love those. Those are iconic for millennials.
Oh my god. You know you're a millennial when you remember these books.
100%. Yeah. It's so funny. I started getting tattooed at a really, really young age. And my first tattoo that I ever got when I was 16, just turning 17, is Keroppi.
Oh, yes.
So I have a tattoo on my upper left thigh.
Hell yeah.
In a place where I like knew my parents would never see it. Yeah. But yeah, so I have Keroppi in full color. It's my only color tattoo. It's probably the only color tattoo I will ever have. But yeah my first tattoo as a 16-year-old was Keroppi.
Keroppi is
because I was
rather
badass.
Cute. Yeah.
Keroppi, I love Keroppi so much. I love frogs, and that's where I feel like here we go, me and Carly on just a spiritual level understand each other because she loves frogs too. Yeah. I love frogs. So yeah, I just thought that was like really, really funny that I have Sanrio permanently inked into my skin.
To never ever be forgotten.
To never be forgotten. I'm pretty close to like getting a Hello Kitty tattoo as well. We'll see.
I feel like you'd have to get like a stylized Hello Kitty tattoo. Like, you know, like don't just get like in her full glory.
Oh, you want some artistic? Yeah, you want like a watercolor?
Some, like, line work. I want some like line work Hello Kitty or something.
It's gonna be like an actual real cat, just with a pink bow on it.
I'll contact Michael, our tattoo artist.
Oh
and see
my god,
if he's down to incorporate his style into Hello Kitty.
Yeah. From the imagery that I've seen, my Keroppi tattoo, Keroppi is wearing a red and white vertically striped outfit. I know that there are other images of Keroppi where Keroppi is wearing like horizontal stripes. I've also seen Keroppi with the flushed cheeks being like more circular, and then the flushed cheeks also like being like just lines of red on the face. So my Keroppi is the Keroppi wearing the white and red striped with the bow tie, I believe, as I pull my pants down in front of Kyoko. Yes, so he is wearing the bow tie. And he's doing a little wave.
We love a little friendly wave from our friends at Sanrio.
Yeah. I can't even remember where I found the image for it. I do know that when I did find the image to be able to bring it in, I like traced over like my computer screen because we didn't have a printer. I like just traced over my computer screen. I can't remember where exactly I found that one specific image, but yeah, I just knew that I wanted something from my culture. I wanted something that was cute. I wanted something that I loved growing up, and Keroppi was always my favorite Sanrio character.
I wonder what the copyright laws are around tattoos. I wonder if there even are any that you can like hold people accountable for, because once it's tatted in your skin, what are they going to do? Send you to a laser removal specialist? Yeah.
I think for the consumer, it would be fine. But if you were a tattoo artist who you like only did Sanrio characters,
yeah,
they might look into that.
Well, because I was like, I could see, because I've seen like individual artists do their take on Sanrio characters, like in their style, and I feel like I could see that being acceptable. But it's kind of like when you try to get like merchandise made for you, like a lot of custom t-shirt shops won't print commercial images
100%.
onto things because they don't want to get in trouble.
Totally.
It's copyright laws.
Totally.
So, like, is it not? And, like, just like you would probably get in trouble, like, on YouTube for uploading a song that you don't have the rights to use. Like, you get taken down from, like, Sony Pictures, etc. I'm like, I wonder what the rules are around tattoos. Well, especially if you're just, like, copying it from, like, online.
Just, like, a stock image of it.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the tattoo industry is not regulated in any way, shape, or form.
Well, how can you?
So... Well, like, regulated in the sense that you would have to get some sort of, like, certification and, like, a certain, like, license to be able to, a tattoo artist.
But, like, with the imagery that you're tattooing on other people, how can you possibly, like...
Yeah, if it was, like, a regulated community, potentially then there could be some sort of... But it's literally,
it's just such a permanent, like...
Yeah.
like form of art. So I just wonder, like,
totally.
I think about your Keroppi tattoo a lot, and I'm like, I love it.
Oh, she's gonna get sued, honey.
But no, I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, damn. I guess there's like no way, because especially like companies like Studio Ghibli are so picky about that.
Right.
They're so like, you can't upload anything of theirs onto any public forum. Without it getting taken down.
Yeah.
At least like the music is heavily copyrighted.
No doubt.
It'll, if you try to upload like clips from like the movie, like it gets taken down. Like they're all up in it.
That copyright is strong, honey.
Yeah. So I think it's interesting that the tattoo world is kind of an interesting like way to skirt around a lot of that. Because what are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do?
You gonna come for me?
What are they gonna do?
You're gonna come for me in my Keroppi tattoo?
That Vine. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I love
Keroppi tattoo.
Yeah. I love.
Yeah.
So when I was a little kid, there was oddly enough Sanrio shows that were on YTV here in Canada.
Yes.
So Hello Kitty and Friends was one of the shows. So it was Hello Kitty and her twin sister, Mimi. Mm-hmm. So Kitty and Mimi. There was also Keroppi. There was also there were a few others. Those were like the main ones that I remember. If any of our listeners remember that there were like some other Sanrio shows, definitely hit us up on our socials with that. But I just remember liking just the storyline of Keroppi a little bit more. They were frogs, but they lived in a treehouse. And they always had like swimming competitions and stuff like that. Do you remember early 1000 anime, how when people wore glasses, there was sometimes like full squiggle, the spiral in
Uzumaki,
it? Yes. Like that one really annoying guy from Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Who was obsessed with reading.
Yeah, and they're always like crazy.
They're always
like,
insane.
That's what it means.
One of the frogs had glasses and had the spiral, and I absolutely loved it.
Oh, I remember.
There was like a really big, like burly, like strong, like frog. There's obviously the one female frog.
Only one.
Only one.
Because you only need one.
There might have been more, but I just remember the one.
It's like, what's the girl Smurf?
Smurfette. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Anyway.
Just the one.
That's the one.
The one female. But yeah, I just remember watching them as a little kid, and as a little kid, again, you don't like fully, because they're English dubbed, like fully realize what you're watching is like a Japanese show. But then like finding out about Sanrio as like kind of an older kid and being like, oh my god, I love that I was like watching Sanrio shows as a small child here in North America. Yeah. And it's just kind of carried on throughout my life. I'm currently wearing Hello Kitty socks, as we
can confirm.
I've got tons of Hello Kitty socks. I have a Choco Cat hand mirror. I don't know, that part of me is just like kind of like always stayed. And our apartment in Japan, we've already mentioned this several times, is going to be out of control.
We'll have to post like a mood board on your inspo for what
what it's going to look like. It's going to be intense.
We'll post like a contrast mood board for like what my side's going to look like versus what Sakura's is going to look like.
It's going to look like an adult and a child are living in the same apartment.
Listen.
So when you were a kid, did you have any Sanrio in your life?
No.
No?
No, I think I'm too young of a millennial to like have been around for the shows.
The shows were definitely like an elder millennial thing.
Yeah, because I have zero recollection of there being the Sanrio shows on, at least for me.
Yeah.
Me growing up on YTV, that's where like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z were always on, like
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Go back to our anime episode.
Kaiba!
A bit more about that. Yeah, that was kind of like always, or like Cyber 6. Like it was always these other like animes that were on when I was growing up.
Yeah. You were like the Digimon era too.
Yeah, I wasn't into Digimon though. I think I pretended to be into Digimon.
Yeah.
Again, for all the boys.
Because you didn't like Pokemon either, right?
No,
you're not
I never
into
really
the.
got into Pokemon.
You're not into the whole. You
Listen,
got
I'm
a little
not a
character
gamer.
running you.
Like, I don't play games. Like,
but they were so cute.
I don't know about that. I don't know. The storyline wasn't like enough to get me going. I don't think I like understood it growing up.
Fair enough.
And like understand what the point was.
Yeah.
I was like, when does it end?
Oh my god. When does it get interesting?
Whereas I don't know. Anyway, that's for anime part 2.
Oh my god.
No, for Sanrio, I didn't grow up even really with a whole lot of Hello Kitty stuff. I think that maybe just has to do with like my parents in general. I know that if I grew up the daughter of my aunt, I for sure would have like she for sure would have gone.
She would have
full Asian mom.
fed you.
Yeah, like my Japanese aunt, she would have gone full like Japanese mall like on me.
She would have thrown up Sanrio.
Yeah, there would have been Hello Kitty like baubles in my hair.
Your entire room would have been Hello Kitty themed.
Yeah, so I think it just maybe has to do a little bit with that. I did at some point have like there's a Sanrio character called My Melody.
Okay.
And that's like I think during our anime episode, I was trying to talk about her, but I was calling her like the pink Hello Kitty. Like it was like she has Hello Kitty's face, right, but she has like rabbit ears, and she's wearing like Louise from Bob's Burgers.
We brought up Bob's Burger.
Yeah, the Louise from Bob's Burgers hat. And she's got like a cute little flower in her hair.
Right.
But yeah, I had like.
Is she a bunny?
I don't know. She's just called My Melody.
She might be a bunny.
Yeah, probably. With all of her ears under there.
You know?
Yeah. But I have no idea even why I had that plushie, because I don't know who she is. I don't know.
You were like, who is she?
She's from, but I think I like jammed with the fact that she was, you know, an Asian cartoon character.
Yeah.
Specifically Japanese.
Yeah.
So I think I like valued that for that purpose.
Yeah.
And then we had like Domo growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My sister in particular was really obsessed with Domo.
I love that.
I was never that's not true. I was into Domo, but not. Yeah, but I don't think Domo is a Sanrio character.
Yeah. Was your sister like all up in Sanrio?
No, we were a Sanrio free household.
Olivia had no Hello Kitty anything.
No,
deprived.
Listen, I told you,
robbed.
No, listen, we grew up with my white mother,
robbed of a childhood,
and she comes from a Filipino background, so it's just like it's not that like Hello Kitty isn't also a part of Filipino culture, because obviously
Sanrio has just like
she's invaded like
has invaded every part of Asia.
I just think like I took pride in characters like Hello Kitty and like My Melody and stuff because I knew that they were Japanese, and like I didn't have a lot of exposure to any of my culture when like outside of being around my Japanese family.
Yes.
So to have stuff like that in my bedroom was really nice, whereas I don't know, I think Olivia had way more exposure to her Filipino
culture, yeah.
And culture. At least while she was really young. She doesn't really anymore.
Right.
I
love that.
But yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think one thing I really like about Sanrio is the simplicity of the animation. It's very, very, very simple. Not a lot of detail. Obviously, when you move into things like Charmy Kitty has like a little bit more detail where you see the texture of their fur, and just the color itself isn't as saturated. It's a little bit more muted, but everything is just very like big and just like big shapes and not a lot of texture. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
I think it's very indicative of like the era of which most of these cartoons came out in. Where when you move into kind of like the later thousands going into the thousand teens, anime was becoming like a little bit in terms of like the characters were becoming like a little bit more stylized, where this is just so cutesy.
Yeah, very kawaii.
Very kawaii. It'd be really easy if you were like trying to get into drawing. It would probably be really, really easy to start with Sanrio characters.
I think I did like sketch when I was, because I used to draw.
Oh, she was an artist.
She was an artist.
She was an artiste.
Before the filmmaking gene kicked in. Yeah, I used to sketch off of like DeviantArt.
I loved DeviantArt.
Anyone who still knows,
you know, I was all up
DeviantArt
on
is.
DeviantArt because she was spooky.
So I think like one of the first ones that I ever got into was drawing My Melody, because I had her first of all. And then I think a lot of popular options were just like different versions of the Hello Kitty.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool.
I love that. I think DeviantArt still exists.
Yeah.
But it's like not as intense as it used to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it was definitely, it's kind of like how like, no, I was going to compare it to Tumblr, but like, yeah, I think it was a very specific niche to the millennial generation.
Yeah.
The art, at least the art world. I think everyone started out on DeviantArt.
All of the really like artsy scene kids that I was friends with, they all had DeviantArts.
Yeah.
Oh, I should like see if I can find any like old photos of me off of DeviantArt. That'd be amazing.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
In my full like emo glory.
Yeah. Well, I've seen photos of you from your MySpace days.
Oof. Yeah,
anyway.
Rough times.
Sanrio.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I remember that we used to go to like the Asian Mall in Toronto, which I believe was actually called Pacific Mall.
Oh.
Which is interesting because in Vancouver we have
a
Pacific
Pacific
Center.
Mall. Yeah.
And it was specifically it was the Asian Mall. So there was one store that I vividly remember going into, and it was one of those very like cutesy Asian stores that was entirely pink.
Of course.
Everything inside was pink. Everything was wrapped in plastic. Everything was like plushies hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Bibs that had Hello Kitty on it. Alarm clocks. Like that was the place.
Yeah.
It was always, or like pencils and stuff that were wrapped in those prints with. Do you remember the pencils that were like wrapped in like plastic? Like it wasn't even like printed onto the wood.
Yeah.
It was, isn't that wild that they do that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, like how else would you...
Yeah, I guess so. Like, especially for mass production. But I think I remember when I was a kid that always irritated me.
You're like, what is this?
Yeah, because you'd go to sharpen your pencil and you're just like...
Sharpening the plastic?
Yeah,
it's like coming
get like
undone.
The roll of the plastic coming over.
Yeah. Kyoko is very particular about her pencils. For people to know.
We'll do an entire episode on stationery.
Oh my God.
I am very particular.
Muji.
Maybe that's where it stems from.
Maybe.
I'm like hella triggered by... by like the plastic encasing on pencils.
Oh my God.
Did you ever like pull it all the way off of the pencil?
I mean, like you would get to a certain point with the pencil where it just like wouldn't have the same like tightness as it used to. So yeah, you just kind of like pull it down towards the tip.
You pull it all the way off.
Oh, honey.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, there were lots of stores like that in that mall when I was growing up. But I don't think I was really like interested in that.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of interest in like cutesy things when I was growing up. I don't know.
Cutesy things.
I wasn't particularly like extremely girly when I was growing up. My mom really tried though.
Oh, honey.
My mom super tried the whole girly route. I wasn't like tomboy either though. I just like didn't really care.
You were neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just wear whatever I was told to wear.
I love that.
Or like play with whatever I was told to play with. So it's fine.
I love that. If I had my way, it definitely like would have been like full pink, full Hello Kitty aesthetic.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Like out of control.
I'm down for it now. Like we went to Muji last weekend together. and everything that they had in there is like...
We went to Miniso.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Miniso.
We hit up Toyka because I needed some Funko Pops.
Toyka
Collectibles up in Kerrisdale on 41st here in Vancouver. And right across the street is a Japanese-owned dollar store called Miniso. And yeah, it was pink the house down. Yeah.
Everything was very like,
cutesy.
And I was into it.
She got some hair accessories.
Yeah,
she got
Sakura's always like wearing these clips in the side of her hair, and it's very cute and very Asian. And I've just been looking at her for forever, being like, I want them.
I want to get up in the gig.
I want them. So yeah, so we were there,
and she got them.
We were at Miniso,
and she's been wearing them, and it's been super cute.
And she looks hella Asian.
She looks super cute.
Here we go.
I love that so much. When I was growing up, there was a jewelry designer who was known within the scene. I mean, like the alternative scene. Her name was Tarina Tarantino. She had like bright pink hair, very colorful, very like candy, very cartoony. And she used Sanrio heavily in her jewelry design. Mm-hmm. So I had these like really nice, like pretty expensive pieces of jewelry. Not costume jewelry, like actual jewelry, but then it would have like Hello Kitty's head on it. It would be a cameo in like with crystal all around it, but with like Hello Kitty like holding up the peace signs.
Yeah.
So I had many pieces of jewelry from this designer. I think she did makeup for a hot second. I think I saw Tarina Tarantino makeup in Sephora once. I don't know if she's doing it still. She might still just be doing jewelry. But I thought it was so funny that a North American designer specifically chose Hello Kitty to kind of be her main theme. And I wonder how she went about that with like a copyright for something like Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
It was probably so intense. Like I wonder what she had to do to be able to use that image.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I imagine with Hello Kitty, like, you would, if you think about it, like, immediately, you would assume that it would cost so much money to be
able to use the image.
Face.
Yeah.
But I wonder because I feel like they're so liberal with the uses of Hello Kitty.
How would they know?
Well, no, like, not necessarily that. I don't expect them to be, like, careless about it. But I wonder what their strategy is around that because Hello Kitty is, like, everywhere.
It is.
Hello Kitty is in traffic cones.
Oh,
she's holding up the stop signs at elementary schools for children to cross the street.
Hell yeah.
She's in hospitals, in the infirmary, like
in the children's hospital.
Yeah,
just yeah.
She's everywhere. I wonder what the actual Sanrio guidelines are for that.
And she would always customize it because she had really long, like fluorescent pink hair, and so she would always kind of put that pink hair onto Hello Kitty. So maybe because she was altering the original image, there was some sort of loophole. I'm not quite sure.
Well, I wonder if remember that episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, it's season 7,
where they have to Hello Kitty the house down.
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder what.
Yeah.
Was in what part of the budget went towards that, or if there was some
or
kind
if there
of,
was anything.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like don't get me wrong, I know that Drag Race has quite a big budget, but based on some of the other challenges on Drag Race, it's not that great towards the challenges, the quality of their production on the challenges itself is not always that great,
right?
So I wonder what went into that.
Totally, yeah, because obviously you're not making a product that has Hello Kitty on it, but you're still profiting off of it because she's appearing on the show.
Yeah. And they were making their own version of Hello Kitty. So using all of the regular features of the character.
Taking a Hello Kitty mascot head and then dragging it up.
Yeah, yeah.
In the style of drag of each person. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I completely forgot about that.
I still stand by that Katya's was hella good. I was real upset that was the episode. I
can't remember Pearls.
That was the episode that she went home, Katya.
Ooh.
Because she had
the outfit,
the space girl outfit. It was very Judy Jetson.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We love Katya.
We do.
We stand Katya so much.
Katya.
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 Yeah. Do you remember the Scholastic book fairs?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure at my Scholastic book fairs, at least, there were always like those little erasers that you could put on the end of your pencil.
I love that.
I'm pretty sure they like sometimes had those that were like Sanrio characters.
It was like a Hello Kitty
and
head.
the pencils themselves had the wrapping.
Yeah.
With Sanrio characters, or they were like those, those like almost insignificant erasers, and they're so thin.
And it's not even really like proper eraser material. You're using it in the arm,
use it like
breaks
once
off.
And it's gone.
100%.
Yeah, they do them for Valentine's Day and stuff with like the little hearts. I'm pretty sure they did like little like bags of those with Sanrio characters.
I love that. I would have died.
Yeah, in Canada we have Scholastic. I'm not sure if it's the same in like the States. Pretty sure Scholastic is a Canadian company.
Probably. But yeah, it's essentially like a book fair that they would hold usually at a community center or the gym of a school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just basically like buy books.
Buying books.
Yeah, and like stationery and stuff like that. I would always get like my calendar.
It's always fun.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I only ever participated in one Scholastic book fair when my dad was in town. It was really cool.
Yeah. I remember at one Scholastic, it was kind of just after Titanic had come out. Every single girl was obsessed with Johnny Depp, and they all got a Johnny Depp, or sorry, not Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, sorry. Can you imagine Johnny Depp in that role? He's like channeling Jack Sparrow. He's
That's
just
so
like,
rough.
Come with me, Rose.
No.
Anyways, so Leonardo DiCaprio, the heartthrob, everyone got that poster and calendar. I ended up getting the calendar just because I wanted to be like a part of the like group. And I just remember having this like calendar up in my room. And I'm just like not into Leonardo DiCaprio at all. And I could have gotten a Sanrio one. I could have gotten the Hello Kitty one. But I was like, no, I have to get the one that everybody else is getting. And I was so disappointed. This is just like this random like white guy that I didn't even like.
Oh, no.
I just always remember that. I wanted the Sanrio one, but...
now that I'm thinking about it, I think I've owned a total of one Hello Kitty items in my entire life.
Okay.
It was like, remember Forever 21?
Yes.
It's like not even that old.
Which
but
Forever
it's not
21 was owned by Asians.
Yes.
Yeah, the owners were Korean.
They're not around anymore.
They're not around anymore, but it was a
thing.
Asian American success story.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, there's a little bit of shade behind that company, but whatever.
There's many shade.
Anyways. Remember Forever 21? They had an entire like line of
course they did.
Of Hello Kitty stuff at some point. So I think I had a Hello Kitty tank top.
Oh.
That I wore a lot.
What color was her?
Oh, it was white. White kitty.
What color was she?
White kitty.
The tank top was white?
Yeah.
Okay.
White for white kitty.
I can't wear white tank tops because it shows too much of the goods.
Oh, well, it's like a thick material.
Was it a thick material?
Like sheer.
Oh, honey.
I mean, I've been victim to wearing like things that are way too sheer.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I was also so insecure as a kid that I would never wear something that was
You
like,
were so cute
slightly...
as a kid.
Yeah, but I was
Kyoko
insecure.
was adorable as a child.
Yeah, but I was still
It doesn't
insecure.
erase the insecurity. I'm just commenting on how adorable you were as a child.
Oh my god. A typical
little Japanese.
Child,
yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty cute.
You were very cute.
Yeah.
The center part, yes.
The center part!
The center part!
Oh, no.
Oh, we'll get back there.
I mean, I guess I have a center part now.
Yeah.
But I have bangs, so...
She's got the bangs.
It doesn't really matter.
I'm just stoked for your hair to be like the length that it was before.
Like down to my
just
hips
like
again.
Dark and like the bangs is going to be the highest form.
A couple years ago, I straight up messed up, y'all. I fell through the same trap that every dark-haired Asian goes through.
The blonde trap.
You want like platinum blonde hair.
You want white hair.
But you also don't want to pay $1,000 to sit
You don't
want to
go to Gai
Tang.
and...
Yeah, you don't want to go to Gai tang. No, I fucking wish we had like eye tang out here. But no, I have so much hair, you know?
Yeah.
Asian hair is
Asian
extremely
hair.
thick and luscious
Thick and
and
coarse
beautiful.
and
Yeah. So when I went to a hair salon, they quoted me at like close to $1,000 over the course of like 4 sessions. And
it was like white ladies. They were like, absolutely
She
not.
also straight up looked at me like knowing full well that I wasn't going to be able to pay for that. And I was like, first of all, I don't like your attitude. And second of all,
oh no,
who the fuck is going to pay you $1,000 to do what I can do by myself? Thanks, Sally Beauty.
Yeah, which she did do by herself.
Anyway, I'm just kidding. Anyone out there who does hair, like obviously
you literally did
deserve
Olivia's hair, and it was long and hella thick.
It was fine.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
She got the blonde.
I mean, it was like still a little bit yellow.
Is she still blonde?
Good question. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, because there's no one there to like fix her hair color.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I ended up doing it by myself. But at the time, my hair was like down to my butt. Like it was longer than it's ever been my entire life.
Yeah.
And obviously, not only was it hella damaged, so I chopped off like a good amount of it.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, but then I went traveling for a month pretty much immediately afterwards, and wasn't able to properly take care of it. So when I came back home, I like had to cut it up to my shoulders. I mean, I did it of my own like volition. I wasn't like, oh, like my hair's so damaged. I mean, it was, but I wasn't super concerned about it.
Right.
I just wanted to change, so I cut it up to my shoulders. So I double messed up, y'all.
Because that's when I met you.
Yeah, was when I cut my hair.
Yeah, your hair was blonde and like curly and like just on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I used to like as well, like I used to curl my hair.
You did.
Like with a straightener.
Marilyn Monroe.
It looked good. Yeah. That was before. No, that was when I used a straightener when I met you.
Yeah.
The Marilyn Monroe curls
and
came
no bangs
later. Yeah. That was when I had grown out my bangs because I had bangs before I went bleach blonde.
I love that. Oh. You know, every Asian has to go through a hair lightening phase.
I have no regrets. Like, I am glad I looked hella cool with it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have light enough hair to have colors in it. And I, in that time, had like red hair, magenta hair, silver.
That turned pink, which I loved.
Yeah.
It became pinky.
I was a full watermelon.
And I was fully into it.
Yeah.
I supported it 100%.
Yeah. And then I just decided that before I went to Japan, I wanted it to go back.
Yeah.
I didn't want to meet my distant family members with like bleach blonde hair that I wasn't able to maintain again on the road.
Yeah.
So I dyed it back, and I have no regrets about that either.
I love that.
It's a journey. I just, slow process growing it back in.
Yes. Yeah, it was so interesting because like Avril Lavigne has like a super big following in Japan, and she's our Canadian queen. It was so interesting when she decided to make a song kind of relating to Japanese culture. It was kind of specifically Hello Kitty that she chose, because I think for Westerners that's the most like iconic cartoon imagery that kind of comes out of Japan.
It's like Hello Kitty and Pikachu. Like if you had to choose like a prom 100%. King and a prom queen, from Japan,
Hello
prom
Kitty
queen, Hello Kitty, prom king is Pikachu.
100%. So yeah, Avril Lavigne has a song called Hello Kitty.
Yeah, she does.
She definitely does.
Unfortunately.
It's an interesting song. You can stream it if you wish.
Yeah, we won't play it for you today.
We're definitely not going to play it. You could let us know in our social medias how you feel about the song and the music video. But yeah, it's just, it's really cool that something from Japanese culture is just so like all over the place in North America. And I wonder, when you were in Europe, did you ever come across any Sanrio anywhere?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's popular in Europe. I think it's just North America.
Maybe at like Primark. In the UK, there might have been something with Hello Kitty on it, but I think more often it was like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And like Minnie Mouse, like many like Disney characters in Europe.
Yes.
But I didn't really personally find any. I know that they're out there. Like
I'm sure they're out there.
I know that there are like stores out there that have like a deal with Sanrio.
It kind of like makes sense though, because obviously like the Japanese community didn't like hardcore immigrate to Europe. It was more North America and South America that the Japanese community immigrated to. So it kind of makes sense that it would be more common here in North America with such a huge community in Brazil. I wonder if Brazil has like a high amount of Sanrio realness.
I imagine like everywhere in the world has a lot of like love for, for the Sanrio like business.
If we have any listeners from Brazil, let us know if Sanrio is all up in Brazil.
We do occasionally have listeners from Brazil, so yeah, definitely hit us up on that.
Yeah.
Let us know.
All of our Japanese siblings in Brazil.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's kind of interesting to think about Sanrio in relation to its effect on the international market, because when you think of people like Avril Lavigne and their involvement in partaking in Japanese appropriation and appreciation for the culture, you kind of think about Hello Kitty. You think about the Sanrio characters.
Yeah.
And so I think there's some association with the like e-girl aesthetic and Hello Kitty and just the grunge culture with Hello Kitty, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
But we've talked about a little bit about this in our Harajuku episode too, with just the influence of the kawaii and the Harajuku on the e-girl aesthetic.
Especially
and the grunge
e-girl aesthetic. Yeah.
But I think it's interesting, like in contrast, to think about like if like Sanrio's out here to like to build upon the kawaii culture, that it's been interpreted and taken into and incorporated into the kind of like grunge culture and Western culture.
Totally. It's so interesting that a cartoon character can influence like a human's aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Kind of just with anime in general that it like...
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, because I think that's like more normal in Asia than it is here. So that's probably why it's so interesting to us, is because we don't, like, you kind of get made fun of a lot in the Western culture when you're like heavily influenced by anything animated or cartoon.
Right, yeah.
Like, even to admit that you kind of like watch a lot of animated films.
Right.
I mean, if you're with the right people, you don't hear the comments about it, but like you're often like discouraged from that after a certain age, right?
Well, in North America, cartoons and animation is very much viewed as being like a children's
It's marketed
thing,
towards children.
where in East Asia, it's nothing to do with kids.
Which says a lot, because now you'll rewatch a bunch of like animes or cartoons that you've watched from Asia growing up, and you'll be like,
oh, this is very
how
mature.
Was I able to watch
this
is
is very mature
How
content.
is this allowed on YTV?
Yeah.
Or like Teletoon when I was growing
100%. A strong sexual undertone, and you're just like, interesting.
Many jokes specifically there for the adults.
I did not clue into that. I mean, totally. I feel like even watching some like North American cartoons, you pick up on like these adult jokes that they just kind of like slid in there, and you're just like, how did I miss that as a child?
There's lots of conspiracy theories about that.
Oh, definitely. With like Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll do a conspiracy theory episode. Anyways.
I'm not going to say it.
Oh my God. Anywho.
The Sanrio conspiracies.
Oh my God, we'll get into the Sanrio conspiracies.
The Sanspiracies.
Oh my God, the Sanspiracy of it all. Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening to another episode of the Hafu It.
Talking about Sanrio today.
Talking about Sanrio. You can follow us on social media for the podcast. We are on Instagram at Hafu It. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, she a TikTok star.
This is Kyoko.
Yeah, and you can find me on Instagram at saku.mickey.
And definitely hit us up. Send us some DMs. Send us some requests.
Send us some DMs.
For any hints. We post a weekly hint on our next episode.
Yeah. And if any of you have favorite Sanrio characters, Sanrio shows that you loved watching when you were a kid, definitely hit us up in our DMs and let us know.
Yeah. Send us a message. Thank you again for tuning in. We will talk to you guys next week.
See you next week. Bye.